Alright, how's it going, guys? We are here for smelting day. So, we are making Meteoric Crucible first. And, you know what? I told you guys I was going to get something done before we did this today. And, well, I forgot. Don't forget, it happened to me. I haven't got this done yet. So, we need to do the titanium pentoxide and hydrogen fluoride. Okay. Hi. How are you? Your ass on fire. Yeah, see, that's what you get for messing with me. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to start this, and then I'm going to go work on that. So, I have managed in my walkings to get 9 big meteorites and 24 regular meteorites. Now, luckily, Greg has made the regular meteorites 2.25 now, instead of 0.25, I think they used. No, they used to be 0.5. Because it used to take, no, it's 0.25. It used to take 48 of them. And now it literally takes like 5. But we're going to go ahead and smelt all of this because I have an even divisible of 4. So we're just going to put this in to become steel. Now what we're going to need to do is change this setting for right now where it drops exact stack size of 4 instead of 1. So we'll drop 4 at a time. Now the problem with that being that it's going to probably smelt this all into meteoric iron first, because of the fact that it's going to do 2, 4, 6, 9 ingots at a time. There's no way this is going to be able to get done. So we're going to go ahead, and I needed to check that number. Meteoric iron melts at 2011, so we can leave it where it's at for right now. And go ahead and turn this on and let it smelt the meteoric iron, and then we will do the meteoric steel after that. Now the big meteorites, I'm not using them because they have a chance of giving us iridium and platinum. Outside, here we go. And I want to keep that to actually try to get the iridium and platinum out of it. Alright, so we need to put, oh, we already have some in there. Well, there, you can have a little more. But we need to make sure that there's nothing in there. So, turn that on. Let it do its thing. And this one here, we can go ahead and turn it on. And let it do its thing. Come on, you're almost done. Alright, so give me that. Now we have the quest done for this, so give me my cookie. And then we just need the crystals. So you can throw that back in there. And that can run for a little bit. It's only going to use what's in that pipe. There's not much in there. So it may get done, it may not. We'll find out. And I need some food. I'm getting low on food. And you can see it's now November 1st, so our maple trees are now red again. And so there's our crystals for Italian. So that is this one done. So now we have everything ready except for our tungsten, which that is actually done as well. I ran a good little bit of it over here. We needed like 7 of them for the quest, and I have 8. So there is our tungsten ore processing done. So now it's just a matter of going through all of the crucibles. So we need to get a Meteoric steel crucible and mold. I'm going to throw one of these back in here because I don't need it. Now, there's multiple ways of doing this. This is the way I do it. You could technically get titanium before now and use niobium titanium. You can do, there's another alternative in the book, but you could go for iridium. You could go up to the, where is it at? You can go up to the vanadium. This is what we used to do back in the day, was go straight for vanadium, but vanadium's a bit harder to get now. Is we will go for a vanadium crucible first. Then you can go for like, I think it's, let's look in the book. I haven't done this way in years. So you can go chromium to iridium, and that would pass the niobium. But no matter what you do, you have to get tantalum to get tungsten. So since you now need niobium and tantalum, or you get these two basically out of the thing, or for the most part, there is another way of getting tantalum. It's easier this way. Plus, the iridium crucible is a level 4. So you actually have to make a pickaxe out of iridium as well to be able to pick it up. There's also the molybdenum one that you could do somewhere in there. I kind of remember doing that before. But yeah, pickaxe. 4. Don't you blow up. Why are you trying to blow up? Well, it's empty. That means my stainless is done. It's not actually trying to blow up. But it is at 23. So how in the hell did it ever get to 24? Oh, we're using gas. Gas tends to do that. It doesn't shut off as quick. Alright, so we haven't gotten any done yet. But that's because we've got to get a lot of it smelted at once. We also need to fix that. If you didn't notice, there's a lot of wrought iron in here. Because I was trying to make a big batch of steel. And, well, I never did anything with the boiler down here. It's still on solid fuel, and it doesn't have any way to input said solid fuel. Why did you? Okay, you didn't shut off. That didn't sound like you shut off. No idea why that sounded like it shut off. But yeah, I need to get something done with that. I'll probably change it over to gas soon, but not today. We'll see how close I am to getting that other tank done. Yeah, 23 in there. Let's go see how much we actually have back here. Because I have been working on it. Let's see, we've got all but the last tank, and the last tank needs 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the valve, so that's 5. 5 times 4 is 20. We've got enough. Alright, so we can go get our last tank done. And then I gotta go grab some food. So there's 4 and then 5. Take this out, put it back up there, and then we just need to make the valve, which should be like so. There we go. So let's go get this bad boy built. Hello, Mr. Creeper. How are you? Thanks for trying to ruin my day. Appreciate it. Alright, so this last one is going to be for the lube. So it needs crap. It's going to get the valve on the bottom. We need that facing that way. I really need to put some, something down here for holding back this water a bit. There we go. That is our final tank. Now I just need to get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more quadruple pipes, and I can get everything piped up. Just a matter of letting the rubber get done running over here. I probably should go and get some more sticky resin soon. And we only got a stack in here at the moment. This thing is still going, getting our alumina done. And we're through. How did that overheat? We only have 6. Oh, because we don't have a shutoff for heat. And there was a bunch of it in there. Well, there goes all of that meteorite. That sucks. So we got 5, we need 12. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to use these, since I threw them all in there. Let me do this a little bit smarter this time. A little bit, not a whole lot. So I gotta make a new crucible. And I'm going to smelt these down here. Let me go ahead and throw these in and get them ran through processing. Luckily, we don't have anything in here at the moment, so we can see if we can get some iridium and stuff out of this. I'm going to make a new these. I'm going to go ahead and get all of these turned on. That way everything will get heated up. I'm not going to worry about turning that on because this is empty. And, well, we're not going to... we do have a little bit in there process. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Alright, so all of that turned on and ready to go. This has got tons to work through over here. Alright, that's going to take a minute to get up to temperature. I want to keep an eye on it because I don't want the iridium and the platinum going through. If we get any out of the fruits. So I'm going to keep an eye on it when it hits the centrifuge. Grab 2 of these. That. Remove these and I will put them away. We'll just throw this over here in this box. For right now, get it out of my way. And need that and a knife, and I don't have... Oh, I have a knife on me. There we go. Alright, just smelt it up. We got anything in here? No. 1 stick should be enough for one thing. What in the hell? Do I keep moving that damn... Come on. Okay, give me the new one. Thank you. Alright, there's that taken care of. Go ahead and set this back to 1 as it should be. And go ahead and put these in here because that's what we need to turn that into Meteoric steel. And let's see. Okay, the crusher hasn't gotten heated up quite enough yet, but it's getting there. And it's got most of what was already in the sluice waiting to go done. So as soon as this gets done here, we should be okay. Heat up. I can't wait until I change that over to engines and the rotation, engine, so it'll stop being so damn slow to heat up. I hate dealing with this thing. It is such a pain in the ass. Just looking to see if there's anything else. Oh, that's another thing. There is ancient debris you can find in the Nether and other places. You can also use that. There's a netherite crucible. And you can also do the Twilight way of doing it as well. Alright, it's finally starting. So now we just gotta wait for that to get done, and I actually want to close that off. so it doesn't send anything that way. I'm going to let this run, and I'll be back with you when we see what we get output there. So I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to go grab some food. Alright, so we still have 3 pieces in here yet to run, and it's running another batch at the moment, but we have already managed to get 5 tiny purified iridiums out and 2 tiny purified platinums. So we're going to grab both of those out of there and send this on to the centrifuge so it can do what it needs to do. Good, none got in there. And the nickel will come here. And we're going to do the same thing for these, because these we can run through Aquariga and get platinum group sludge, which will give us even more chance for platinum, iridium, and osmium. So that's why we want to save those before they get here to the centrifuge. And now that it's got, you know, a pretty good batch there to run, we don't really have to worry about it. And we're actually going to be getting tin, zinc, smithonite, nickel, iridium. So we're getting iridium out of here, and that is from the centrifuge Meteoric. So that gives us nickel, iridium, and platinum as well. And so we will be getting some iridium. Grab that. Thank you. We just don't want to process this iridium. We've almost gotten a full thing of iridium. That is quite nice. And this is working on its last batch. There we go. So that is the end of that. So we can go ahead and shut this down and wait for this to get done. And once it, oops, there's another one. That gives us 1 full purified iridium. Can't believe we're actually getting more iridium than we are platinum, because I haven't seen any more platinum come through. Trust me, I'm not complaining. There's 2 more iridium. Not that I need a lot of iridium. I've got an iridium vein down there, but it's always nice to have. Alright, and now what we're going to do is this meteoric iron here, we're actually going to move up. Oh, it actually had meteoric iron in there. Well, kiss my butt. We're going to move that up in the list. So right there is our meteoric iron. We're going to have to make a barrel for that, which for right now, I'm just going to put it there. These. There we go. And then we can just grab all of that, throw it in there, and get that straightened out. Now, before this thing goes, oh, if we got any more, it has gone through. But I don't think we did, because the last thing I seen was Meteoric. So we can go ahead and shut all of these down. This has got plenty to run, so we'll let it run Oh, we got a rhodium come through. So we did have at least one iridium go through. Because otherwise we wouldn't have that rhodium. But that's okay. We didn't miss but one. And I'll put these in here. And we'll deal with that at a later time. Now we had 5 over there, so we need 7 of these. So there's 6. Just gotta wait for one more. And then we can go smelt these up. And there we go. There's the 7 we need. So now we will smelt these up into Meteoric steel. So if we look at the Meteoric iron in a crucible, combination smelting, it'll turn to Meteoric steel at 2246. So we need to set our temperature here up to, we'll say 2250 will be fine. We'll throw this in here and give this a light. And it should be fine getting this done, turned into meteoric steel before this overheats. But I will actually watch it to make sure. And I won't put you guys through doing this. I've actually done this before, so I know it should be fine. But I will pause, and when this all gets done, I'll let you know. Oh, and I also gotta go turn on the boiler downstairs, don't I? That would be a really good idea. Because it ain't gonna do shit if it ain't got its steel. Or if it ain't got its air to make it steel. Alright, that in there. Fire that up. We got plenty of water. We're good there. Now the first one that goes through, probably not going to turn into steel. Because it's going to take a little bit for that engine to heat up. And one other thing we need to do is we need to put one of these wrought iron in behind it. There's our first one that just poured. And you see it was just fine. It didn't overheat. Although it didn't take quite as long to pour. But it's still plenty with the timer for it to get set. So now we just got to kind of babysit it for a little bit until we see the first steel come out, which means it's actually getting its air. And I will take care of doing all that and be back with you when it's done. Alright, so I've had 2 go through, and now we're on the actual steel. So I wanted to bring you back to this just to show you that should be our first meteoric steel right there. And even though the engine wasn't quite at max, it still got done before it hit 2400. So, oh no, that's still iron. Alright, put that back in there. I thought that one was going to be steel. This next one definitely should. So, I definitely got to keep an eye on this one because it's not all the way up yet. So, we'll keep an eye on it and see. You can actually see the color change when it goes to from iron to steel. It's only a slight color difference. Okay, that one poured. That one still looks like iron though. Let's see. Yeah, that might be at max. I'm not sure. Let's see when this pops out of here. Yep, that's still iron. This is our fourth one we ran through. And that boiler definitely should be heated up. You can tell the engines. Get off the ladder. You can tell the engines. Oh, it turned off. There's dark ash stuff in there from last time. Daggone it. That's why I need to get that automated to clear that out of there. Alright, so we're only going to be doing iron for a little bit until that gets heated back up. I'm going to go ahead and just shut this off and wait for it to get done. There's no reason to sit there and keep taking it in, putting it out. Alright, I'm going to block back out of there. Let's go check the boiler and see if it is up to heat. Now, last time I was running lignite coal through here, so that's why it had so much ash in it. And speaking of, yeah, so that was full as well. So there we go. That'll get all of that mess out of there. So now we don't have to worry about that anymore. Now we just gotta wait for it to get heated up. And it only had one piece of, oh, it had a stacked can. So we did have a little bit of ash in there. Come on. Okay, it's got one more tick over to go, but that means we can go ahead and come up and turn the Crucible on, because it's going to take a little bit to heat back up now that it's cooled off. So that should be good to start making a steel on the next one. Do that ash. Okay, yeah, it's up to green now. We're good. Alright, so for the first one here, we'll keep an eye on it, and then from the next ones that go through, I'll save you guys a pause here. And just in case you don't know, the reason why I threw this behind the Meteoric iron is because it'll say it'll shut off when there's nothing in this. So we need that wrought iron to be the last thing that drops into the Crucible. Otherwise, we'll have one Meteoric iron still in there. Okay, now that is definitely steel. There it goes. You see that color change right before it poured? So that is Meteoric steel. Alright, so right back when we have 12 of them. Alright, we got our first 7 done as soon as this one pops. So there's enough for our Crucible. Now we just got to get the 5 done for the mold. And I will tell you, I've had about 3 of them that have gotten that Crucible yellow. But just after it turned yellow, it poured. So it will keep you on your toes. If this is a little bit too close, you can always go for a steel Crucible, which will give you 57 more degrees. and because it is so much heavier, it will take a lot longer to heat up. So a steel one would be more safe than a ceramic. This is about the only time I would suggest using a steel, or you could also do chromium, which is 2725, which would be way more safe. It's the only time I would say it's really viable to use either of those crucibles. Is just if you want the extra safety factor. You can also make a better setup for providing air. The faster the air comes in, the more KU the engine puts out, the more air that will get injected, so the quicker that it'll infuse to steel instead of iron. So you could easily put a steel engine back here with 2 steel boilers down there, or possibly even, let's see here. Steam engine steel can take up to 128 steam a tick. So you could do, boiler for 128 steam. You could do 2 steel. Yeah, see what I mean about it getting really close? It turned yellow for a second. Makes your butthole pucker just a little bit. But then it pours and everything's fine. But yeah, if you wanted to be safer, there's multiple things you could do to make this safer. Like I said, I've done this multiple times, so it really doesn't worry me too much. Every now and then you get some that get a little bit yellower than I like, but I know it's safe. Alright, so we got one more in there, along with the one that's about to pour now. And then we'll be able to get this mold done. Come on. Change. There you go. And I'm going to go ahead and throw all of this wrought iron in here. Because now our wrought iron is what's in there. That way it can get the last one of these out. And I'm just going to let the boiler run and get rid of all of that. We'll take this back down to 2040 for steel. 2046. Alright, so give me that one last piece. There it is. And we'll just pop this down too, and we'll be good. There we go. And let's go ahead and not wait for this slow thing to get done. Alright, so unlike the ceramic, we are going to have to chisel this. So there is the crucible, and it will need a hammer and a wrench. There's that. And then we need, we have all of them like this now. And I also think this takes a chisel for the mold part. And is it actually still the other way around? I know the ceramic one changed. Couldn't remember if the... Oh no, the mold actually didn't. It's still this way. Okay. So there we go. There is our mold. So now we can chisel this out into a plate. Alright, so that's that. Now, we need to do the next step, which is the niobium. This can go to 2807, and our niobium is 2750. So it's going to be about 57 degrees off. So I'm again going to do this careful. Actually, no, I'm not. I was going to, but that's going to be really slow. Let's go ahead and take this one out, because we don't have to worry about this pouring slowly. We just need it to melt. As soon as it melts, I can hit the switch. And because this is metal, it's going to go up slower anyways. So let's kick that on. And let me get my thermometer out here. So 449, 464. Yeah, you see how slow that's going up? We'll be able to shut that off pretty easy. So no reason to worry about that. We just need to watch for it to get liquid and then hit the switch and pour this all out. And while it's getting up to temperature, we can claim our cookie. There's our cookie for the first one. Now we just need to wait on the niobium, and then we can do the tantalum after that. And the tantalum is a lot more leeway, if I remember correctly. Now, where's that thermometer? I'm going to be impatient as hell. 1200. So we're about halfway there. As we said, niobium was... Niobium melts at 2750. So we're not even quite halfway there. There's 15. So we're definitely halfway there now. And that's another thing. Remember, above 1500, you cannot pull this crucible out. So once we get done, we gotta wait for that crucible to cool off before we pick it up, or it's going to blow the hell up on us. And that will be no fun. We got about 1,000 to go. $2,000. Alright, so let's stop playing with the thermometer. Oh, we also need to turn this up so we can actually get through. What did I say that was? 2750. So we'll go to 2750. Wrong one. 55. And it will turn yellow, because it's going to turn yellow at 100 degrees off. So it's going to be yellow for a couple seconds. Come on. Off. Okay. 4. Alright, now we need to let that cool off. And now we need to do the exact same thing with this one. And oh yeah, wrench for the crucible. And then chisel. Damn it, I tried to do it again. For the mold. There we go. And now we need to chisel this into a plate. There we go, that takes care of that. Let's go ahead and get this up here out of the way. Alright, so now claim our, oh, that's the Meteoric. So there's our neobium one. Claim our cookie. Now we need to do the Tungsten. So you'll see with this one that it melts down at 34, is that 37? And this is 32. So more than enough for that. Go ahead and get this out of here. And put that back in place. I should not need this anymore, but I'm going to put it away just in case in here, because you never know what might happen. Alright, so what are you at? You're 25. Go ahead and get this out of my inventory. Along with that. And now it's just a matter of waiting for this thing to get cool enough. How's our steel doing? Good. Get me out of here. If I remember correctly, 2,000 it boils at. Gold. 31. That'll work. That'll cool it down quick. Where are we at now? 1397. So I'm not going to throw another one in. I thought it was 1500. It was too hot. But that dropped it in temperature real nice. Go ahead and just drop those gold plates in there. Is this thing gonna get cool today? I don't have any lead in here, do I? No, I actually don't. Tin will work though. Tin is a really low temperature. Pop that in there. There we go, 1118. Alright, so now we can break this out. Hello, get out of that basin. Now we can put that in. And we need to take this back out. Put this one in. And we'll throw this mold over here. Or crucible with the mold. So now our titanium. And this melts at 32 90. So we want to change this up to 33. And light it up. And now I'll save you guys from watching this go up, because this is going to be even slower because it's a more dense Crucible, and it's got to go up even higher. So I'll save you from this one. I'll be back when it's about ready to pour. Alright, so it's just about done. We're at 3229. So it should be, there we go. Done. Alright, so this is our last time we gotta do this. We'll make the Crucible. Dun dun. And the mold. I did it again. Damn it, Greg. Alright, so that is our Crucible and our mold. Now we just need to, again, turn this into a plate. Wait for that to get cool again, which we're going to do the same trick here. So this is 3127. So we got to let it go down just a little bit more, and then we'll throw in the gold. Gold is nice and dense, so it heats up heat rather quickly. 3153, 41, 37, this is 27, right? 29. Okay, we're good. Alright, drop those two in there. Go ahead and drop one more in there. What is the temperature at right now? 16. Should be able to go ahead and put one more in. And that'll get us rather close. Alright, now we can just drop those in there. And we gotta wait till it gets down to like 1300 or something like that. We can go ahead and throw the tin in again. That'll drop it down the extra little bit. Alright, 1230, that's good. Now we can drop that off. And pick up both of those. And there is our Tungsten mold and Crucible. And for the tungsten, which right here, we need 3695, and Tungsten doesn't mess up, doesn't blow up until 4112. So that is plenty. So we can go ahead and drop that in. Crap, what did I say that was? Melt at 3695. So we'll just do 37. Light that bad boy. And wait for that to get done. And we'll go ahead and drop off the niobium, because we won't need those any longer. And with that, we can get our Tungsten Crucible. Thank you. So now the only thing we have left is 7 tungsten plates, which we are currently doing, and then we can make our smelter, which is this one over here, because as you will see, a smelter, the steel one, takes a tungsten crucible, then the Invar will take a carbon crucible, and the titanium and the the titanium takes carbon as well. The tungsten carbide actually takes a THC crucible. So we'll be making the steel one today, and we're going to be making quite a few of these. So I will have to go and find an actual tungsten vein soon, so we can get all of these done, because we want one for, we want one for the sodium, so we can fully automate that system, and we're going to need it for the byproducts that come out of the tungsten, so we can electrolyze those. And then there'll be a few others that we need here and there after that. The main thing is so we can get into circuits. So while this is doing its thing here, if we look at circuits, we're going to be making these basic circuits here. And to do so, we need germanium buells. And for a germanium buell, we need a crystallization crucible with molten germanium in it. Now, we could use a crucible and dull it out that way, but don't want to do that. So we'll be using a smelter to smelt down the germanium and put into our crystallization crucible. But we also have to get plastic before that for the board, so we're going to have to get that taken care of as well, because to make the circuit plate you need a plastic sheet and a thing of quartz of some kind. So we need to get the plastic, which is going to be from plastic pulp, and that is from ethylene titanium tetrachloride. Luckily it's only one of those per pulp, and magnesium chloride as your catalyst. So we still have a bit of work to get done before that, but what we've been doing for upgrading the crucible and getting the distillation tower going are both needed to get us to circuits. So we are on our way to getting circuits. We just have 3 more steps to go, and we might actually end up making titanium, because we need titanium tetrachloride. We might just set up making titanium in the middle there. And then we will basically have all of our major minerals processed. Alright, what's this thing at? 2705. Alright, it's going to be a minute. I will pause here. I'll be back when it's ready to pour. Alright, here we go. We're just about there. We're at 35 almost. We got 200 degrees to go. We'll be ready to pour this bad boy. 3550, 3580, 3600 degrees. Let's get ready to turn it off, even though we don't have to be quite so careful with this one. There we go. And there is our tungsten. So now we can go and make our final crucible, which for the most part we won't be using. There is one thing that we will end up actually making a tungsten crucible and mold for, and that is so we can get tungsten, not tungsten, tantalum hafnium carbide. So if we look up tantalum, if I can spell it, we want an ingot. So that is tantalum, hafnium, and carbon, and it needs 4263. And our tungsten can go to 46. So this one can't go anywhere near that. So we will need a tungsten to make that, and we definitely want to make that for a few different things, which is kind of the thing I have issue with the smelter. Because it's kind of weird that Greg does carbon before he does THC. Because if you look up a carbon crucible, it takes graphene plates. And that needs a nanoscale fabricator. We can literally jump, if we wanted to, from the steel to the tungsten carbide and never have to do this. Because to get the nanoscale fabricator, you have to have xenon, argon, and krypton laser emitters, and a crystal processor. And crystal processors is not something we can do right now, because one, we have to have a precision laser engraver at 256 LU, and we have to have tier 6 circuits. And for those, we have to have a precision laser engraver at 16 to make these, along with the platinum, signalium. It's way past what we could do right now if we wanted to. But the THC, we have the ability to make right now. All we have to do is make a mold for the tungsten and go grab the stuff and throw it in. So I kind of find that a little weird that Greg chose that, but it is what it is. So that's going to be it. Sorry this was quite a long one, but I wanted to get the whole process out here for you. Have a good one. Take it easy. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you next time.